State Department of Treasury, if I'm not mistaken. But they were all involved. All right. So now Russia is like, well, y'all better do something about this.
NATO, y'all better.
Y'all better do something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know?
NATO's afraid of Russia.
Yeah.
They're afraid of Russia. They are. What are the French gonna do against Russia? What are the British gonna do?
Hey, when you look at the position that they are, their country is set,
they in
they
arm's
got
reach.
nowhere to go. Yeah. Not just the distance, they got nowhere to go.
And they've been chilling for so long while Russia's been preparing. You know?
Because they always felt they had America. But now that they're realizing they've been siding with the villain is bringing heat on them. They don't want to be with the villain no more. That lady, the whore, they don't want to be with her no more.
America got them in some deep shit.
I was listening to a Polish war general, and he was talking about the Russian army, and how he was basically saying, man, the West underestimated Russia and the soldiers. You know, he's like, these dudes are different. They're built different. They're war people.
Yeah.
You know, they've been through this.
They were born into that shit. It's not like, okay, I want to be a soldier. No, they were born into being. They trained all their life for this shit.
Yeah. So that's what he was saying. Like, America and the West, they're not. Yeah, they're gonna fight, but they're not ready. Their soldiers aren't ready. You know, their generals aren't ready. They think they are because they have all the technology, but in reality, man, they're not built. They're not built like these Russian soldiers.
Yeah, testosterone is high. Exactly. Or China.
I seen the video with the Koreans, training. Them motherfuckers on another level too, man. You know?
We underestimate them because, you know, that's the propaganda, the war propaganda. The propaganda makes you believe that these other nations are weak still. You know, just because in the past they were weak, it doesn't mean that they're weak now.
Oh, that's scripture.
That's the weak now sound.
303.
They like that one dude that left America and he moved over to Ukraine. I think he used to call himself something Red Pill. Yeah, I think his name was Lyra something. But and we thought that he got kidnapped and shit because he was coming on these live streams. He was actually spilling the beans how the Western media they're spreading false propaganda about about the war with Russia and Ukraine.
Cars turned over from explosions, but no windows busted out.
Yeah,
You know, shit like that.
Because we hear all this, every time when you hear something about the war over there, Russia did, Ukraine did this to Russia,
Like it's one sided.
Ukraine got Russia on the ropes.
Yeah.
So why the fuck they ain't won yet?
Right.
Yeah.
Why did they finish them off? Why is
Why
this
they
war?
still need aid and all
Yeah.
that? all
Bro,
that extra
from
weapons.
everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody, you need everybody help, but you just tearing the
Don't try to
Russians
jump
up.
Yeah, God.
How come y'all ain't jump in?
Y'all should
Because you winning.
have invaded the Kremlin by now.
Right.
All this success you having against this war.
Russia should not have been able to take those other Ukrainian regions.
He's taking them all.
Kiev,
Yeah. Donbas.
Donbas.
Yeah, Donbas.
That's the latest one is Bakhmut.
Yeah.
You know, these are bloody towns, man, where the Russians are pushing this Ukrainian army back. And like these Russian war generals, they know that the only solution is to just get rid of them. They're gonna have to run through the whole Ukraine because NATO and the US is not gonna stop.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they're gonna continue to give money, continue to get aid, try to prolong this.
Yes.
Well, Russia's gonna get to a point like, yo, hey, we are look how far we already in this shit. We gotta just, fast forward this shit, man.
Yup.
Get right to it.
Yeah, get right to it. Quit the bullshit. I had.
I need to finish reading. I had Second Ezra 16 and 71. They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. That's the martial law troops, man. That we're talking about.
UN troops.
UN troops. They're already over here.
God, they've been training.
He's
They're in your
gonna
gyms
create
with
a
big swole white dude.
unified New World Order police.
Well, I heard they brought over like 20,000 something Ukrainians to train.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, thank you, President.
Remember when the shit first began? They was giving niggas guns that never ever shot a gun.
Yeah.
That's how. But all of a sudden they win in the war now.
They was giving people guns with no bullets.
They said women
Yeah.
and children need to get in there. They said everybody to come and hop in there. Now they just went in against these soldiers. We've seen these soldiers in their fucking boxers,
Bro.
hopping out of fucking freezing cold,
Fighting
wrestling
bears and shit, bro.
polar bears and shit, playing chess at the same time. All this crazy stuff happening, but they all of a sudden losing.
Bro,
Get
getting
out of
whooped.
here, man. Showing you that propaganda, that witchcraft is powerful because you people believed it. You got more of that one. You have something for?
Yeah, I was gonna read that Joel 3.
I was just about
You got it.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 9. Proclaim ye among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up.
And that's what the Lord is orchestrating right now. You know, these Russians, Chinese, North Koreans, Iranians, all these nations are prepared for war. You know? And that's the chess pieces the Lord is moving, man. You know, and that's World War III is the ultimate, you know, chess piece that's gonna be moved for the destruction of Great Babylon, right? America. Right?
Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears.
Well,
Let the weak.
plowshares and pruning hooks are basically instruments that, you know, till the earth. You know, farming, husbandry.
Okay.
You know, because these nations, you know, before they, you know, they were weak at one time. You know, they was farmers, man. You know, so the Lord said, turn that into swords and spears, which basically means get a military, build them up, build your nuclear arsenal. You know,
With the times.
build all that up, man.
Yeah.
Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
That's right.
I just want to say real quick, and you can break that down. When you look at the way this analogy or this prophecy is broken down, it's showing you that you can't understand that prophecy till times line up with it, till the technology meets that point. Because you can take spears and revolt against, you know, somebody like that. You can try that, but this is not talking about a small level in your country. This is big world war level. Okay, when you start lining these prophecies up with the times and then the great world war, the third world war, that's how you know. That's why the book of Revelation is open. Because we're seeing that this is a nuclear thing, and the technology and the times and the power is all set up for that now. But you got that full breakdown if you
Let the weak say I'm strong. China was weak at one point during the Opium Wars.
yeah.
During the 1800s. You know, Soviet Union was weak during the early 90s. Look at them now. Look at China now. Look at Russia now. Look at North Korea now.
Yeah.
You know?
And China, they when you go into their history, what did they build that wall for? That wall, I mean, for. They built that wall so they can just do what they had to do to build up their country. So they wouldn't have to be worried about being invaded, because they're around major invaders. And they built that wall through mountains and in certain parts of the land to where you can't just, where all their adversaries
You can't
are,
infiltrate.
You can't just come and invade, right? Yeah. So they can just get to their farming. So they didn't have to worry. They didn't have to worry about military. That was their military. They put all their money into that wall as a defense. They're not really an aggressive people like that, as far as war goes. But still, what do you see? People getting over there, infiltrating through the inside and setting moves of war over there. So what have they now had to do? They've now had to build themselves back up outside of the agricultural way, through commerce and selling to these other countries. Now that their economy's up, and now they start paying for certain military and technological advances. Because why did they jump to the top of technology? They had nobody that they had to watch their back over by building that wall. Now they're a superpower on the earth.
I was gonna say that wall pretty much bought their time.
Exactly. They didn't have to have an army because they can put all their people on building up their economy so they can work on their schooling and the technology. And now you see what you're seeing in the earth. And now Russia got that same mind. The arms race, the Cold War nuclear arms race. Do you think they ain't got a piece of that technology as well? Because when those Germans sold that information,
To both sides.
they sold, but what did they sell? Some sold, they sold to some the bombing technology, and they sold the propulsion unit to the other side.
Yeah, kind
And that's why they were both always trying to infiltrate and get the sides. When you watch the James Bond movies and all these spy movies, you can kind of pick up that the microfilm and all of that. You kind of see all of that. But now this is playing into prophecy now. So now these other countries got that technology. Now they're ready to fight this war. When the scriptures talk about in Isaiah 54, I have created the smith that
blow up the coal.
that blow up the coals
Yeah.
and the fire. They talking about building up these nuclear missiles, and not just the bomb itself, but the propulsion to get it there. Because North Korea got the bomb, they just don't have the propulsion. They're not sure about the propulsion to get it intercontinentally.
That's why they keep,
They
testing.
keep testing,
Yeah.
shooting them over Japan into the ocean.
It may get to a point where they may not need to go that far. They need to
I just matter of fact, don't worry about them. Just shoot these motherfuckers over here.
just
You can reach that.
you can reach Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
North Korea, they take down South Korea first.
Yeah. I will just go on and get that
They're
out
right
the way.
there.
But I
Yep.
think that they're gonna eventually they're gonna come to agreement. They're gonna come together. They're gonna have to.
Yeah,
Like we were talking about all these nations, they're gonna see that they got a common enemy.
Yep.
It's like,
Just,
America's against us so long, but they fucking y'all like they fucking us.
I believe the saying is the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Something along those lines.
Yeah, kind of. Verse 11, assemble yourselves, and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat.
Well, the valley of Yahweh Shaphat is going to be in the Middle East. It links up with Armageddon, rounding of the troops. And that's what the bulk of this World War III going to be, where the precipice, the height of the World
It's
War
just like,
III
yeah, you always wait,
in the Middle East.
see where the spirit,
Persian
yeah.
Gulf. You can see it coming.
Okay.
Because Iran going to be going against Israel. Russia, China going to be going against America. All these nations are going to assemble in the Middle East.
Get back
Now,
there,
that's
bro.
the valley of
Tell
Jehoshaphat.
him get back there, bro.
Later down, it said the valley of decision.
Okay.
Same thing.
Yep.
For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats have overflowed. The wickedness is great.
Our power, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, is doing this for the sake of Israel. He's getting these heathens, killing off these heathens for us, man. But majority of our people, they want to accept that, that our power is doing all this because for us.
They don't want to know that God is not an all-loving, love everybody, rainbows and daisies and flowers.
It's just for Israel.
God. No, he's a man of war. He loves to see war on the earth, that conflict.
Okay.
And
then he proves that he's in control with that conflict.
that's why the Lord said in Zephaniah 3, wait ye upon, said, wait, can you get out there?
Wait ye upon
3 and 8. Wait ye
Back up what you just said. The Lord's pretty much doing this for us. Joel 3 verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat,
Right.
and will plead with them there for my people
That's the top
and for
of the
my
chapter,
heritage Israel,
My heritage is
whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
essentially for the elect. So that's a beautiful thing, man. We got the ultimate power, on our side.
For the controversy of Sion. Yeah, these wars against these other nations that we've been holding the whole time, man. The whole time we've been at war with these other nations. They've been at war with us. They've been at war with each other. They form alliances against us. And then they backstab each other. Well, now it's gonna take center stage, man. Now it's gonna be a Royal Rumble, basically.
The thing about this Royal Rumble is
They're not ready for the main character to pop in the
ain't
scene.
none of them gonna win.
You know?
Sorry.
How should I just come in the building?
You know, that's
You got China. China think they got next.